won't be easy. But I think it's the only option we have at this point.
Agreed. We must inform the commander immediately.
Go right ahead.
Commander, Central, the Shadow Chamber has completed its analysis of the Avatar's DNA. It has identified the genetic sequence necessary to travel through the Psionic Gate.
Perfect. We can finally shut this Avatar project down for good.
However, the gate requires more than a mere transmission of genetic data.
The sequence has to be part of a live subject. The key only works in lockstep with the signal.
We don't have time to find another one of those things, let alone capture it.
No. That part we can handle. We make our own.
You're serious?
Quite. Though the specimen before us is damaged beyond repair, it has provided us with its complete genetic blueprint. We already possess an unaltered Avatar template from the Forge facility. That, combined with the genetic material we recovered at the Black Site, should allow us to replicate the procedure here.
So, what's the catch?
Yes, that. Without an Elder consciousness driving it, the new Avatar would remain as lifeless as the one before us. While I can develop its body, I cannot create the mind to drive it.
But I can. In a way. By manipulating the new Avatar via the psionic network.
You want to operate one of these things? By remote control?
Not exactly. And definitely not me.
Interfacing directly with their network would cause severe, if not fatal, trauma to an unprepared central nervous system. As it stands, we only know of one individual who has survived that kind of ordeal.
That was different. The stasis suit.
Created the perfect interface to the network, one tailored to your specific biology, Commander. Of any human candidate, you are the most likely to survive the connection.
Most likely is not good enough, Doctor.
It is the only answer I can give you, and our only option to traverse the alien portal.
We need to come up with a game plan before we charge through the enemy's front door. Which will give you some time to think about this, Commander.
We have dedicated the entirety of our efforts to discovering the purpose of the Avatar Directive, and now it seems we're finally gaining ground on the aliens. With that said, I was shocked to see that our troops not only encountered what was apparently a fully responsive Avatar specimen, but that it engaged them in combat and was subsequently dispatched with only moderate difficulty. With all that went into its creation, somehow I expected that the Avatar would be a foe unlike any other, something perhaps even beyond our own capabilities to counter. Initially, it appeared as though my assumptions were wrong. Humanoid in form, the physical attributes of the Avatar specimen are on the surface wholly unremarkable. It is a musculature system not all that unlike a young adult human, with no obvious genetic adulterations to enhance its physical strength or agility. At this point, I can only surmise that the aliens focus entirely on what lies beneath the Avatar's seemingly ordinary structure. As I continued my analysis of the Avatar specimen, including a rapid genetic sequencing aided by the Shadow Chamber, I discovered my earlier conclusions could not be further from the truth. This Avatar, what was left of it, is still not whole in a developmental sense. Although portions of its missing genetic links have since been filled with what is undoubtedly Elder DNA, there are still gaps, incomplete sequences that would leave the creature unable to fully sustain its own power. It is now my firm belief that we have yet to encounter a fully developed Avatar, and its potential capabilities at full strength leave me deeply concerned. No shadow projects available.
Yes, Commander.
What research? Modular bullpups are still available. Take it.
I will begin our research immediately.
Why not? One day until combat preparedness is done. Into the training center we go. We're gonna do just some last minute preps, and then we're probably going to cut the stream there. Yes, Faranorovades.
For a second there, Tygan had my hopes up. With all of his talk of the Elders dying, I thought we might have caught a break. I should have known it wasn't going to be that simple. And of course, their solutions always seem to revolve around experimenting on us, destroying the planet, or some combination of the two. As far as I can tell, this might be our chance at ending them once and for all. If we stop the cure, we stop the Elders.
The exact end goal of the Avatar Project is this. The Elders, as a psychic species, ended up gaining so much power, most likely through genetic tampering of themselves, that their bodies are no longer capable of sustaining themselves. They've been going around from species to species, destroying them, modifying them into tools in order to try to collect or find what is effectively the genetic holy grail that they could use in order to empower themselves to create a body that they can actually use in the battlefield. Ends up most likely is not good enough. Fair enough. It'll be probably a case of me actually having to physically record something, and I'll probably just splice in the recording in question of the entire cutscene, and then follow it up by this stuff, which is going to be really irritating to deal with, but I'm no stranger to splicing. Thank you once again, Zaurok, for your help. Now, there is no difference between forestalling it and killing the Elders, because before XCOM was even a legitimate threat, they were still killing us by the millions. There's virtually no difference, and even if humanity was converted into the avatars for the ethereals, they would either wipe us out as a threat or do something else to that effect, because we're no longer useful to them, and they are a very utilitarian species. Did you drop again? Alright, well, once again, because of the drop-happy nature of OBS as of today, I'm just going to continue going through this stuff, making sure that we can get the upgrades as needed. What do you got? Untouchable is great. Deep cover is okay. Untouchable is what I'm going to grab. So grab this from the shared pool. Feedback, what have we got with you? 30 AP to spend, you can get Shred, and Capacity Discharge. You have Blast Pat Rupture. You have amazing...
Salutations, and welcome to the Brain Trust.
Thank you for the follow, Cog Whistle, and I do apologize if this is one of the first streams you caught and me having this many problems with OBS. The OBS problems basically started about a week ago, and it just keeps happening, and I've yet to find something successful. Oh well. You've got wonderful abilities, and I'm going to take Shred, because Shred's amazing. I'll also take Blast Padding, because it always helps. Rupture is a great ability, but all this stuff is ridiculously expensive. Why does the project being ended signal the end of the war? So you saw how powerful that avatar was, in that on an individual soldier, you can shoot it, but as soon as you land a solid hit, not only would it survive what is effectively an endgame hit in 90% of cases, it'll just teleport away somewhere else, has all the psionic abilities as displayed by our own psi operatives, and so on and so forth. That project ends the war because as soon as it's done, they mass produce as many avatars as they physically can for their people, who are now all psionic gods that now have a body that can actually handle their powers without dying instantaneously. Our squads are deployed in groups of 6 because we hold to some really old school tactical doctrine that we've refused to change from since the beginning of the war. Hence, why the moment the Avatar project is over is the moment the war ends. Volatile Mix, Killzone, none of this stuff is none of the XCOM stuff is particularly good. Sure, but wouldn't that mean they would stop farming people? Yeah, they'd kill us all. Like, once again, they've already stated that they really don't like us, as per the first and second game. Judgment, when targeted by an attack, the enemy has a chance to panic. Tactical rigging is actually a great bonus. Interrupt. Interrupt plus Battle Lord would be funny, but there's a lot of stuff I would like here. None of it I can afford because Mox just doesn't have enough points. Hollow targeting, alright, so I can make it so your misses would almost always hits. Shots taken in Shadow of +2 armor pierce. I always give you AP rounds, though. Like, they'd stop farming people, but they just immediately come over and kill us instead, which doesn't really change our problems. You don't use anything Salvo would be good with, so none of this stuff is particularly good. I'm just going down the list of people who actually are used, kind of. Templar Mans. Lightning Hands. I like Lightning Hands. We'll bother with Lightning Hands. And you're almost ready, I just need to promote you. So let's reveal the final mission, and then we'll call it a stream.
Priority message for the commander coming through on a secure channel, sir.
On screen.
Sir, it's coming from the Advent Network Tower.
You heard me.
He's taking a big risk contacting us like this.
Hello, Commander. You and your crew are to be commended. Your efforts in rebuilding the Resistance network and uncovering the truth about the Avatar project have been admirable. I only wish I had better news to report.
When does he ever?
Advent is not taking the death of an elder lightly, and in turn have greatly accelerated the final stages of their Avatar project. A plan is now in place for the rapid processing of all non-essential human life, to begin immediately. Very soon, Advent's speaker will announce a breakthrough in gene therapy, a final treatment for the human condition. Billions will flock to gene therapy clinics across the globe. They will never return. I have managed to secure tactical data and access codes to the Advent Network Tower. The speaker's address will be broadcast live to a global audience via this facility. The whole of Advent's network will be listening. It is this hubris that we must use against them. The information I am sending you should allow Dr. Taigen and Chief Engineer Shen to take control of the transmission and disrupt their entire network from within. Though my hope is that this disruption will confuse the enemy's forces long enough to allow your final assault a chance of success, I ask one more thing of you. Take what you have learned. Let the world know what is happening here. Wake them up. Broadcast the truth before there is no one left to listen. It seems we are both out of time. Farewell, Commander.
New objective added.
We have the infiltration mission of the Advent's Tower.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander. We have the target site locked in, Commander. This is our chance to strike at Advent's heart. Once we control the network tower, we can finally show the world what the aliens are doing. There's no turning back after this.
God. I've never seen intel options before. This is beautiful. It's so wonderful. Too bad it's gonna have to wait. We'll go deal with the Advent Tower soon. But that'll be for next time. Hope you all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy 20 with Let's Play XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. And I am signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe. It helps out a great deal. And I hope to see you all next time.